Let's move to the question. Sorry, I already said that in last video that video was the last video, but I forgot to say something about this. This we we according to our discussion, W is equal to 36.806 kilojoules. The final answer. We have find the answer. We have found the answer, but we can found this W in another way. Now we are going. This is not compulsory, but we can discuss about that. We already found the answer, and this is the answer now. But we can find the answer in another way that we are going to discuss about that. The question is we already know this is the question. This is the question. Now in the past video we discussed about the work transfer that is equal to W. The W is equal to that is the answer. W is equal to 36.860 kilojoule. We can find the answer in another way, but use this equation. We already found the answer according to the first law of thermodynamics, which is Q is equal to delta U plus delta W. No, use this equation for your exams, get exam, final exam, or any exam. You can find the answer or verify the answer whether it is correct or not in this now following method. Okay, now we can discuss how to do it. Okay, yes, let's move. We all we in A level chemistry, advanced level chemistry, we already have discussed that the PV is equal to nRT for ideal gas in chemistry, advanced level chemistry. We already discussed about PV. PV is equal to nRT. This PV is P. This P is pressure. This P is pressure, pressure. V is volume. N is mole. R is which is R. RU. R is universal gas constant. Okay. R is universal gas constant. T is temperature in Kelvin. Now you already this is PV no. PV is energy. We already know this PV is energy. How can we find what's the unit of pressure? Pascal or Newton meter minus 2. Newton meter minus 2. Therefore, the unit of P is Newton meter minus 2 into first unit of V, volume, meter cube. Therefore, Newton P plus minus 2 meter 1. We never write one subscript. Therefore, Newton meter. What is Newton meter? Newton meter is joule. We already discussed about, but I told you again also to memorize again. W is equal to F into D. For this general equation, W work done is equal to force into distance, force into how much distance we have moved according to the force. Uh, by by giving force, how much distance we have moved the thing. That is the D. If we to do. F is the unit of F is Newton. D is meter. Therefore, Newton meter. Newton meter. The unit of W is Newton meter. Or the work. The unit of the work is generally joule. We can write, but commonly in Pectel we use joule. The another unit of work is Newton meter also. Therefore, joule. Therefore, we all therefore the unit of PV is now we have find joule. PV is equal to joule. Now PV is equal to nRT. This is the equation of ideal gas. We already studied in advanced level physics. Sorry, physics and chemistry. OSS. W is equal to PV. This, we can find the W. You already know the last question is the work transfer. Uh, Work transfer W, no, we can find the W using W is equal to PV also. W is equal to PV, PV is equal to MRT, AMRT. M is equal to 0.9 kilogram. R is, we already found, R is, uh, you may confuse that how we already studied that PV is equal to NRT. You can ask that how we get PV is equal to MRT. Okay, let's discuss about that. Okay, first memorize that W is equal to PV. You have already proved how W is equal to PV. We can use this for gas equation. This is 100% equal for ideal cases. We can use do our normal cases also. Okay, W is equal to PV. We already PV is equal to nRT. At the PV is equal to N is W over M. Mole is equal to mass divided by molecular mass into R universal gas constant RU into temperature in Kelvin. Uh, we already discussed that PV is equal to W into RU by M. RU by M into temperature in Kelvin. I move this M under the RU as denominator of RU. Okay. I didn't change any equation, just move the M here. Now PV is equal to W. We can use WM, W into RC. We already in past videos we can discuss that RU by M. This is the universal gas constant, which is equal to RU is equal to 8.314. 8.314 joule mole minus 1 Kelvin minus 1. Joule 8.314 joule minus Kelvin. This is the universal gas constant for ideal gas. Now we have RU by M is characteristic gas constant. We have already in our first question. Yes, our first question on part A question is how the we have to find the characteristic gas constant, which is RC. We have find that RC is equal to W. What is WOM? Mass is equal to 0.9 kilogram into RC is equal to, we already find 0.174, 0.174, 0.174, 0.174 kilojoule, kilojoule, kilogram minus 1, Kelvin minus 1. We have already found that kilogram minus 1, Kelvin minus 1. If we if we found if we calculate this, PV is equal to 0.9 kilogram into 0.17 kilojoule, kilogram minus 1, Kelvin minus 1, kilogram and kilogram minus 1 will be cancelled. Then kilojoule, Kelvin, kilogram. Okay, don't consider about unit. Okay, here don't consider about unit. You you have to memorize. Only thing is W is equal to PV. W is equal to PV is equal to MRT. MOW. M is a mass of the gas. R is RC. This R is RC, characteristic gas constant. We have already found in part A question, which is RC is equal to 0.174 kilojoule kilogram minus 1 Kelvin minus 1. And then this T is temperature Kelvin. Then if you found the answer, you calculate that the answer PV 0.9 into this, you will get the answer PV is equal to 36 36 806 806 kilojoule. You will find the answer, which if you found, we already found that W is equal to 36.806 806 kilojoule. Okay, Q is equal to 36.806 kilojoule. W is equal to, we already found 36.806 kilojoule. We This video is only for additional knowledge. Okay, don't confuse. If you don't understand, don't confuse. Don't stress about that. This is for general knowledge. We already found W is equal according by using the first law of thermodynamics, which is uh, W is equal to Q is equal to delta U plus W. We can Q is equal to delta U plus W. We can find the W simply using W. But if you want to check the answer, you can simply use W is equal to PV. PV is equal to MRT. M is the gas of the mass of the gas. R is characteristic constant of the gas, and T is temperature in Kelvin. Therefore, if you substitute, you can find the answer of W in another way. If you want to check the answer, you can find check in this way, this method. This is additional knowledge for this for just for additional knowledge, but please understand it. Okay, we can now we have finished the answer, completely finished the first question. Now we can move to the second question. In next question we can discuss about another question. Okay, bye.